Hi. This is your boy Chidi, and I'm here once again to talk about real estate investment opportunities and how you can leverage and build. If I build on the real estate platform, creating wealth from real estate and all of that. So today, this is the rental income show. On the rental income show, we encourage, show you the strategy, help you build tips, build strategies for how you can achieve financial freedom and how you can build wealth from real estate, how you can build serious cash flow, how you can generate income on a regular basis from what? From real estate investment. You know what will happen? Just give me a moment and when I come back from this short break, we're going to be discussing the topic that we have for today when we come back from this break. Stay rich and free. All right, we are back. It's wondering, oh, you've changed location. It was getting dark and we had to change location so that the night does not catch up on us and all of that. So today, what are we doing? What are we talking about? What exactly are we talking about? This is the rental income show, and on the rental income show, we talk about opportunities within the real estate, how to build wealth from real estate, how to generate cash flow from real estate, and how to maximize success within the real estate space. Today, I received them last week. I was just reading a mail from somebody said, I want to make money from real estate. I'm not making money from real estate. How do I make money? What are the principles? What are the strategies that will determine if I'm going to make money doing real estate? And so I said, okay, I wrote some tips to the person, and the person said, oh, you know what, these things that you're sharing with me, I started doing some of them. I started realizing that I wasn't doing enough of those things. That's why I wasn't making money. I was putting in money in real estate. I've done mega deals, several deals, but I wasn't really making money. So I told him, and so he realized that, it was the principle that he was following that was wrong, not that real estate was actually wrong. So for most of us that have invested in real estate one way or the other, probably maybe you may not be making money because you're not following these tips. I'm going to be sharing 5 tips that you need to do for you to be able to start building the kind of income that you will do, that you're supposed to earn within the real estate market. So quickly, I'm going to be talking about those 5 tips when we come back from this short break. When we come back, on a serious note, when we come back from this short break, we're going to be hearing about those tips. Stay rich and free. Stay with us. Just stay with me. I'm not going too far. Just 1 minute, I'll be right back. Yes, we are back. And this is Chudi Kalu. People call me, I'm referred to as Coach Chudi. I'm the king of rental income. And what we do on this show, it is, you're watching Coach Chudi on whatever platform, whether Instagram or no social media pages or YouTube. This is Coach Chudi, you're watching Coach Chudi, but specifically, this episode, we are running an episode, we'll be running an episode on every Monday on the rental income show. The rental income show is about helping you maximize success within the real estate market and how you can earn good income from real estate. So today, what are we discussing about? I know you remember. Can you remember? Yes, it is about making millions doing real estate. Making millions from real estate. I hope, can you see my face? Oh, let me turn it this way. Oh, I'm not a gangster. But you know what? I'm a star in real estate, and I want to make you a star in real estate today. So what are the things that you need to watch out for when you want to invest in real estate or you want to make money from real estate? Do you want to make kudi? You want to make owo? You want to not just kobo, but millions. Not just cents, but millions. Not just kobo, or chin. Some people are only making just little income from real estate. So how do you really explore real estate for wealth? How do you explore real estate for cash flow? How do you explore real estate for massive returns? Now this is what we're going to be talking about today. Chidi, be serious now. So today we're talking about how to make money, millions doing real estate, and how do you get started? What are the things that you're going to be talking about that will even help you to be able to build the kind of income that you need to build? So today I'm going to be sharing 5 5 tips with you today. Why am I going to be sharing those 5 tips? Because I want you to do real estate the right way. I want you to make sure that real estate is going to be profitable for you. I don't want you to go the way the average people are doing real estate. I want you to understand that real estate is going to be beneficial for you if you follow the process that guides real estate investment. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the concept that will make you a millionaire, a billionaire doing real estate. So we go today. What are we talking about? Making millions in real estate. Number one thing that I've realized, a lot of people, let me be serious now. But one thing that I've realized that a lot of people fail to do when they are doing real estate is because number one is they are not intentional. They are not intentional. So I'm not serious, please. so a lot of people do real estate, but they are not intentional. They are not intentional. I sent something some weeks ago on social media. I sent it to some of those also within our inner circle too. And I said something. There's a difference between being a property investor and a property owner. And investor. They are two different things. They may be doing real estate. I may be a property owner or a property investor, but I may not be the same person. You know somebody who's doing it? It's not the same thing. They are not the same thing. You need to be able to have an intention when you are doing real estate, when you want to do real estate. Am I buying this property because I just want to own it, or am I buying this property because I want to make money? So there is one of the laws of real estate, a cash flow, is the law of intention. So first of all, you must be intentional. You must follow this law. No, you must know. You must have a perspective. What is my intention? What do I want to achieve in real estate? Why am I investing in real estate? Do I just want to invest in real estate because I want for the pride of ownership, or do I want to be able to generate income from real estate? Now, a lot of people, the reason why they are not making money is because they are not intentional. They don't even understand the purpose of real estate for them. They don't even have a purpose. There's no intention. So when there is no intention, there is no drive. If you have a particular intention, you will find out that you will have drive towards certain things. Your real estate philosophy, investment philosophy will change. Now, a lot of the time, people have asked you, come and buy land in Bejuleki, come and buy land in Mowe, come and buy land in Agbara, and some of the times you've gone to buy. And way down 5 years after, you are regretting why you bought that property in the first instance. Why? Majorly because the reason why you are regretting is not the fault of the developer. Please understand this. It is never the fault of any developer if you fail to make money from your property. It is because you do not have a clear-cut intention. You are not intentional with the property. If you are intentional with the property, your philosophy will change. Your attitude and your character towards investing in real estate will go to change dramatically. For a lot of people, the reason why they are failing is because they are not intentional. They want to assume that, being an owner automatically makes you an investor. No, it is not true. Being an owner of a property is not the same thing as investing in real estate. Who is a real estate investor? A real estate investor is someone who makes money from a real estate portfolio. But a property owner is somebody who owns the property. Who owns a property? Now let us state it very clear. Owner may not necessarily make money. I own the house that I live in, but I am not making money from the house that I live in. So I only enjoy comforts when I come to my house, probably, or I am only enjoying pride of ownership. I'm emotional in my buying purchase. But for this person who is an investor, he is intentional with his investment. His intention is to make money from the real estate investment that he has made, from the buying, the purchase. the leverage he's using is all about what? Making money. For this other person, what is he all about? The pride of ownership. His intention is what? He wants a street to be named after him. That is the pride of ownership. He wants to always join landlord association. That is pride of ownership. He wants to be the secretary of the association. That is the pride of ownership. Oh, when they are asking landlord to come out and they in church, everybody who owns a house in this place and he raises up his hand, that person is the owner. But for the investor, he's not interested in any of those things. His clear-cut goal is to make money from the real estate asset that he already has, and now he's investing into. It's not about ownership. It's not about the pride. It's about the income that he is making from real estate investment. So why you are not making money in real estate? Because you are not even intentional. So for you to make money in real estate, what do? Especially millions, especially making serious money from real estate, you must be what? You must be intentional with your investment, with your purchase, with your ownership, with your investment. Anything you're going to do in real estate must be intentional. And that is why a lot of people are failing to make real estate work for themselves. A lot of people are stranded in the game of real estate, not because the property business isn't doing well, not because the real estate market isn't moving, but because you are not intentional. And you have allowed people to ballyhoo you, or you have allowed people to, not to swindle you in any way, but you have allowed people with fickle information to be able to sell real estate to you because you were never intentional. So the first thing you must do, you must focus on what? You must focus on intention. You must be intentional. Number two is that, let me clean this. Number two is that you must focus on what? You must focus on cash flow. You must focus on what? Cash flow. Number two is that you must focus on cash flow. On cash flow. On cash flow. You must focus on flow, on the flow of cash. Now, because now once your intention is clear, I am an investor. I am not a property owner. I don't want a street to be named after me alone, but I'm also interested in what? In generating cash flow. I'm interested in generating income. So first of all, what type of income do I want to generate? That is what an investor will now ask. The question they will now ask will now be, what kind of income? So the answer will be what? The answer will now be what? Cash flow. What kind of income will make me rich? Will make me millionaire? Will make me become the kind of build wealth? It is not why I'm saying this now. There is also another law. A real estate investor will not just depend on appreciation. Let me just say this now. A real estate investor will not just depend on appreciation. It's not investing, oh, I will make money tomorrow. What is he focused on? I will make money. I will make money now. I also make money soon, and I also make money later. Now, for most people, what they are focused on is making money later, which is appreciation. But for the real estate investor, the people who are going to make millions from real estate, they are going to focus on making money today, making money now, making money soon, and making money later. So, but you need to be able to change your philosophy, because for people what they focus on is that, oh, they make money later only. And so when they are buying a plot of land, what are they focusing on? They are focusing on making money later. Instead of, oh, what am I going to do to make money today? What should I be doing to be able to generate the kind of flow of money in my life? So now I need to focus on what people currently need today. Why? Because cash should be generated. There must be the flow of cash. For a lot of people, cash is not flowing because why? We are not intentional, first of all, and we're not asking the right question. You are focusing on appreciation. Oh, the property value today is 6 million naira. Then tomorrow is going to go to 12 million naira. So you're not intentional in your purchase. You're not answering the flow of cash. Who tells you that the property is going to appreciate in 10 years' time? I agree that property usually appreciates. But for a real estate, for you who wants to make money in real estate, that is not what you're going to depend on. What you should be, what appreciation should always be what? Should be bonus. Should be bonus for you. Appreciation should not be the key thing. Appreciation should Hope is never a strategy for building wealth. Hope is never a strategy. I'm saying this to you. So don't depend on hope. Let appreciation be what? Be a bonus. Focus on what people are currently going to pay for. And that is where I'm going to do the third one. The third one is now that, once I am focused on cash flow, where should I now go to? I should now focus on what people are currently be able to pay for now. What should people be able to pay for? What will people be able to pay for? Focus on what people will pay for now. What will people pay for now? So I don't buy real estate, I don't buy a property and I just leave the property there. Any property that you have that is not making money for you is what we call a lazy asset. It's a lazy asset. It's just like somebody who has capacity to generate wealth, or somebody who has capacity to do so well, but the person is just so lazy. How do you feel when you have a lazy worker who just comes around in the office and all the first thing to do is just to sleep? You ask him, have you done that? He says no. First of all, you get tired of that individual very soon. You get tired. It may be nice to you, but you know what? You get tired. And that is what most people are investing their life savings on. They're investing for what? They're investing on what? On lazy assets. So what you should need to focus on is, what will people be able to buy now? Now what will I do on this property? What can I invest in that people will be able to buy now and make money from? That I can make money from, that people will be willing to pay me. What do I need to focus my energy on that people will be able to give me some money for? And so once you have been able to decide on this kind of stuff, what you now realize that people are able to give you more money. Why? Because you are now looking at what people can buy now or what people can pay for now. Let's just imagine that probably where you are located, the property is in a good residential area, for example, or probably maybe it's it's in a residential area, and you want to let me just run a small supermarket around. Let me not even run a supermarket. Let me just create a space for pharmacy to come in, supermarket to come in, and all of that. Because of why? Because you understand what people will be willing to pay for. A friend of mine did a real estate investment somewhere around Oshodi, and commercial property. This property used to be residential, but all of a sudden, because of the volume of trade going on within that place, it was able to convert it with the government approval. Was able to get an approval for commercial development. And guess what he did? He did 10 square meter of 10 square meter of shops, 10 square meter size of shops, which is about probably half of this room. 10 square meter of shop, and he did about 40 of that. 40 of that, meaning about 400 square meter of total. Now he was able to do about 40 of these, and guess what he did? He realized that some people came to pay him. Some people paid him as much as 10 years rent as a commercial property. Why? Because the people do not want him after 5 years. He should increase the rent. So what was he focusing on by doing that? He was focusing on what people will be willing to pay for now. Not what people will be able to pay for in 10 years' time, but what will people be able to pay for. So he focused on that. Somebody paid for 10 years rent at once, and that was a pharmacy that paid for that rent. Another one, somebody who sells what is it called, this Adire clothes in the Oshodi, paid for how many years? Paid for, I think, for 4 years or so. Now my friend was able to make his money, I'm telling you, his total money for that property in less than 1 year. In less than 1 year. First of all, he was focusing on, now just imagine, in less than 1 year, the second year is also going to earn some money again. Now that money he has been able to, and he also has some profit. Do you know what he did with the profit? He took the capital, he reinvested into another project again. Why? Because he was focusing on what people will pay for now. A lot of the time, most of us want to buy Banana Island property. A lot of the time, want to buy property that people are not going to pay for you for now. It's going to take a long time before you make your money. And so that is the level of that which people face when they are doing real estate and they get their fingers burnt. Don't do what others are doing. Most people do not even understand why they are doing what they are doing. Most people are even confused. So don't follow the confused people. The reason why you are getting yourself burnt is because you are following those in your office. And those in your office, where are they getting their information from? Maybe a realtor on the streets. Maybe from their parents. And you are now living your life based on the information that that individual has. Oh, and you think because the person has a plot of land in a way that the person is better off than you? No! You need to be able to have a particular direction for you to flow. And that is where focus on what people will be willing to pay for. What location will people be willing to pay for now? And that is one of the things why I would rather say anybody who is investing in the Lekki market, not just to buy land, but to invest in rental development, is going to really make serious money. Not only because now you can begin to make that same money right now. I'm telling you the truth. And that is how you need to run your life. So you need to focus on what people will be willing to pay for now. What will people be willing to pay for? That is what you need to focus on. Then what you need to do, the fourth thing that you need to also focus on is to focus on multitude. Focus on multitude. Think multitude whenever you are doing real estate. Think multitude. I like this. You know one thing I love about Jesus Christ was that whenever he was always talking about, the scripture was always referring to him, always referred to multitude. Your life income is predicated on the numbers of people that want to give you money. Now, don't ever focus on a personal door. Don't focus on just doing real estate for yourself. Focus on serving multitude with your real estate investment. And that is where you need to come in collaboration with other people. Don't say, let me tell you this. The person who has multitude, what is it doing? Is building what they call economic power. There's a man in George Perez, is his name. He's in the US. He has over 300,000 apartments. I mean, over 300,000 apartments. That is where I'm striving to go. That is my goal. But that should also be your own goal. Because one of the things that you realize is that real estate gives you opportunity to build economic wealth. Not just economic wealth, but to have economic power. You can dictate the society. You can dictate the pace. I'm not just doing real estate like the average individual, and I don't want you to do real estate like that. I want you to do real estate in such a way with economic power, so you need to focus on multitude, focus on multiple doors. Let me tell you, if you serve only one customer or one tenant, the day that tenant leaves your apartment, it's going to probably take you 3 months average for you to get a new tenant. I'm telling you the truth. It's going to take you about 3 months for you to get a new tenant. So what should you be focusing on? Focusing on multitude, because when one tenant leaves you, what happens? You still have the other ones to cover up for. Just imagine that you have 16 tenants, for example, 16 tenants, and 2 tenants leave your apartment. Probably maybe for some other reason, change of jobs and all of that. You already going to have about 14. Now let us say you have leaking roof of about 5. That will be about 9 tenants. Now just imagine 9 tenants still paying you. Regular 9 tenants are still paying you, as compared to when you have just 1 tenant and that tenant leaves the place. You have to refurbish that place, make it better than it was before. And once you do that, what happens? It takes you about 3 months. What have you done? You have lost money for 3 months. Probably maybe the next tenant comes again a year after, and that 2 years again, and that tenant leaves. Probably maybe that takes you another 3 months again. That is half month, or that is already 6 months gone already. That you're losing money. And every month that you don't have a tenant living in your house, what happens is that you find out that the level of your rental rate drops by about 8% every year, every month. So you need to be able to focus on what? On usability. Focus on what people are going to pay for and use now. And that is multitude. So think in terms of multiple tenants. Don't ever think in terms of a personal. I'm just doing it for 4. 4 apartments is no more in vogue. So I know a lot of people have done 3 bedroom apartment, and they have gotten only just 4 units. No, what I would have even advise you is that to change that. Go from that 3 bedroom,
convert them into self-contained. I'm telling you the truth. Convert them into self-contained, and probably be able to have about 12 tenants to 16 tenants living in that house. Guess what? Because the more doors that you have, the more tenants that you have, the more likely you're going to succeed. Real estate is a difficult game, but if you follow the process, the strategy very well, you're going to succeed. And that is just about making millions in real estate. I'm not just talking about making just millions just once. I'm saying making it again and again. So you go from 4 doors to 12 doors to 16 doors. You go for 18 doors. You say, I will not have time. Let me tell you this. Anything that can give you big money is what you need to focus on. I'm telling you, you may be working maybe in an oil company today, but one day you're going to get out of that organization. So what you need to focus on, what kind of asset am I building that can help me to live the kind of lifestyle that I want? You are eating chicken today. Do you want to stop eating chicken when you get to the age of 60? Do you want to stop traveling when you get to the age of 60? So you need something to be able to fund your life for you, and that is where you need to think in terms of multitude. So you need to think in terms of multitude, because when you have multiple tenants, the income keep on flowing. The wealth is not diminishing, it keeps on growing, it keeps on flying, and you keep on going from one leap to another leap, going stronger, doing real estate better, and maximizing success. I hope I've been able to share information with you. So one thing that you need to focus on is that you need to, the other fifth one is that you must stop investing in lazy assets. Stop investing in land. Stop investing for appreciation. Invest for what? Invest for income. Invest for income. Look at what people want now and give them. I'm not saying that you should be short-term focused, but rather you should be long-term focused. But you know that wealth is built progressively. Real estate is progressive in nature, and focus on what people like. I've gotten myself burnt. I've experienced failure doing real estate because I was not following some of these things I'm sharing now. I wish the things I knew 10 years ago, that I know them right, I knew them 10 years ago. I'm telling you the truth. But you know what? It is not so bad. It is not even bad. Thank God I got myself back on track. And I'm telling you this, that you need to get yourself back on track. Because I was also following the wrong data. I was also following the wrong information. I was telling people, sack your landlord. So I told people, go buy your own personal house, when people shouldn't be buying their own personal houses. When rather what they should be focusing on is that they should be focusing on generating income by themselves. And that is where you need to start thinking of building wealth for yourself, for your family, for your life, that for the future that is ahead of you, and to take advantage of the opportunities that are available in town. So think in terms of all of these, and you begin to succeed. I hope I've been able to share this with you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is a movement. Real estate is a movement. Rental income is a movement. I want you to be part of that movement. We are creating a community. We are taking over the community. We are building wealth, claiming our city with real estate investment. We are claiming the city, claiming it. We are taking territories, and I hope you want to join us. Taking territories, building wealth, building cash flow, and all of that. So stay with us. My website is www.amh.com. If you want to invest with me, do real estate, or you want to buy real estate asset, it is www.middlechase.com. So I am willing to take questions. If you have questions, just send them down to the comment section below. Whatever platform that we're watching, just send your comment. Just send them down. Your comment, or you can send me an email at coachchudi@middlechase.com. coachchudi@middlechase.com. I'm willing to take your questions, and I'll be able to. I sure do hope that I'll be able to answer all of your questions. Till I come your way again next time, stay rich and free. God bless you.